So I want to talk about a story of revenue and how it is acquired. In this particular use case, it's going to be my personal earnings for music in the month of October.
Great.
So, just prefacing things, I'm doing limited work based on what I consider to be safe, responsible events. So, I'm going to tell you the amount of money I made, and some of you may just scoff at the fact that I made so little. But just know that that is an intentional choice that I'm making based on the circumstances.
And it's not your day job.
Exactly. This is something that I do on the side as a way to have fun and basically generate content for this show.
Right.
And that's So this month I have made about $900 playing music, which is nothing to sneeze at.
No.
I think the interesting part is how I got there. So in this particular month, let's break things down. So the first gig that I had this month was an outdoor event in Alleyway. It was what, 2 weeks ago, week ago. I think I was talking about it.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do 2 dates.
Right.
One there and one at a winery.
Yes.
So I showed up for the first gig and there was a person set up already playing. And I was like, that's not right.
That's not right.
So I made some phone calls and it turns out that somebody bought the building out and provided their own entertainment, didn't tell the booking agent or me, obviously.
Yep.
So they made it right and I was paid in full for the gig that I did not do.
Cool.
So $150, put that up on the board.
Nice.
The second gig got canceled, didn't get paid, not a big deal. Moved on with my life. The other 2 gigs that popped up, one was a wedding and one was a private party. I sent contracts out for both of those, got deposits in, they were good to go. So the next gig that I did was the one that happened last Saturday, which was the wedding. So that one, because it was a private event, it was a special occasion, that kind of thing, $500.
Cool.
So not bad work, and a pretty solid payday for roughly 2.5 hours of live music.
Very nice.
Breaks. And
Very
I got
nice.
free cake.
Sweet.
All good things. In getting that gig, the bride actually recommended me to their friend who was actually at that wedding to do the exact same thing for them the following weekend, which also meant that I was able to be like, hey, I'm charging her $500. Is that fine with you? And they're like, yeah, no problem. So I was like, cool.
Sweet.
And they were there and I met them. They were super nice and they stayed up and had a good time. They danced and, talked and all of that kind of stuff. Everything worked, all fine. And it was kind of cool because then I kind of knew who I was working with.
Yeah, that's great.
The very next day, I got an email from them saying that they had originally asked like a family friend to do it and he wasn't available, which is why I got the call. Well, based on whatever circumstances, that person became available and they wanted to book him and cancel for me.
Sure.
So they were like, if there's anything else we owe you, please let us know. So I went through my contract and the contract says if you cancel within 14 days, you were obligated to pay in full.
Yeah.
And I would have been well within my right to do that.
Yes.
But I opted not to.
Right.
So I wrote them back and I said, based on the contract, this is what you technically owe me. However, I don't feel like that's necessary to enforce in this situation. If you feel like compensating me anything beyond the reservation fee, because I don't call it a deposit, it's a reservation fee. Deposits are refundable. If you have a contract, don't use the word deposit,
Right.
Use reservation fee.
Yes.
Because they can always come and claim that back.
Right.
Anyway, anything beyond the reservation fee, you're free to do so. Here's my Venmo. Because I was reasonable, according to their email reply,
Yeah.
I got an extra $150. So I got paid $250 for a gig I didn't play.
So that's now 500 for gigs you didn't play?
400.
400.
So 500 for the gigs
Yeah.
I did play,
Okay, all right.
and 400 for the gigs I didn't play.
Got it. Okay.
So that's weird. That's never happened. I've never gotten paid so much to
To do nothing.
do so little.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the main takeaway there though is I was able to first of all, I was able to get things in writing to make sure that my back was covered in the event that something did go sideways.
Yes.
And I also prioritized the relationship and the the interpersonal connection with people over my desire to make more money.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think in both cases, they paid you and would be happy to have you back. Like,
Yeah.
they're happier to have paid you than not. And certainly happier to have paid you under their own steam than to have you make some big fuss or, execute your rights under the whatever, the way that it went was graceful and socially pleasant and, and it wouldn't have had to have been. You could have, taken it a different direction. But the fact that you didn't meant that they want to take care of you and the door's open for next time. So,
Right.